Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. So for a while, I'm going to take a look at again my Bolex H-16 Reflex, and this pin right in the center will not pop up. So what's supposed to happen is when you load the film in here, you pull this back, this pin right here is supposed to pop up. Now, this one won't do it. I purchased this in Southeast Asia, and it's had a good number of issues with it. If I turn it upside down like this and tap on it, it's going to pop up. You see there? But the minute you lay it back down, it's just going to sink back down in there. So what I'm going to try to do is, this camera doesn't have too many more issues with it. I'm going to see if I can take some degreaser and put in there. Yes, you are not supposed to get your Bolex wet, but in a situation like this, I do not feel like going down deep inside of here and dismantling what potentially doesn't need to be dismantled. So I'm going to give it a little bit of sprays just like that and see where that leads. Okay, just like that. We'll see where that goes. And there's a few other things that need to be addressed on this as well. Someone a long time ago put motor oil inside of here, and for reasons unknown why. So I'm going to see if I can get some of that out without dismantling this camera. That would be the thing there. So I'm going to just spray a little bit there and a little bit here, and I'll have to go over it with a toothbrush is what I'm going to have to do. Okay, just a little bit. That's what I want to do right there. Okay, everything else is functioning. All right, so I'm going to probably let this sit overnight and see if this is going to pop up right here or anything like that, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is the morning after, and this lever right here, this little button right here did not pop up. Okay, so it means it's possible I'm going to have to dismantle this at some point in time later. All right, so flip it over. And here, I sprayed some more on the rust, so I can just take this and just start buffing and cleaning that off right over this clutch right here. And these gears, this is the type of brush you want to use. Used for cleaning weapons. If you need to know, that's where you can go get them. Go to weapon shop, pick these up. The circular firm brush. Great for getting inside of gears like this. Get down in here. You can see exactly what's going on. See the ease of that. When you know everything else is working on here and you don't need to go any further. Let's do it this way. Okay, how's my situation going here, all right? That clutch right there. And yes, you'll have to take this off right here. That's what you'll have to do. And clean up under it. You're going to flip that up. Okay. Remember the orientation of how it goes. Now you can get up under this clutch right here. Alright, I'll show you this a bit closer. What you want to get is around the clutch and around in here, okay? Under here is where a lot of slippage issues start, okay? Like the erratic movement of any one of the spindles, that type of thing. So this is where you have that issue. You need this in here. You get out of there. All right. And get these right in here. Okay. That's part of this clutch right here. It does move in and out of those teeth. So make sure you get it to actuate. Okay, back and forth like that. Alright. Take this spring belt. You want to clean it. Okay. You will get the general idea here. Okay, so that's the situation there. So you're going to have some wetness, of course. So what we can do is go ahead and again and just remove this belt right here. Be easy with these things. If they're really rusted, don't worry about it. You'll have to get a replacement, but if they're in good shape, you want to hold on to them. Alright. So what you do is just take your, just like you do with any other thing when you're working on it, mechanical, your cotton old t-shirt, and wipe off the excess. Alright. So get this clutch right here, actuate it back and forth, move it, get in there with the belt, should be, and also do this with a pipe cleaner. See that? And you're probably wondering, what about all the other grime? How do I get that cleaned? Well, we're going to get in there and show you that without having to dismantle the camera. You don't want to get the camera wet, but you do want to clean it. Alright? So, the 99.9% alcohol right here. I put it in the spray bottle. Spray it on here, provided I can get it sprayed out. Alright. An area and on here. And that will clean it. Go through a pipe cleaner and go through the gears a bit. But we're going to touch more base on that in just a moment. Because there's more to this situation than meets the eye. Okay, so at this point, as always, I'll say again that whatever mistakes you make upon your camera and to your person, and any attempt to service your camera, are all on you. So, these spindles, okay, from time to time it's the take-up that can give you issues. it's be spinning erratically. Maybe some film will spill out, stuff like that, okay? Or it won't move at all, okay? The camera will have to be sent to a service technician and dismantled. And you don't want to do this yourself because you have to reset the timing of the shutter, pull down the claw, that's one thing. Another thing is, you have to dismantle everything here, get under the motor. This is the motor, for those of you who don't know, to get to the clutch. Now, here's the supply. Alright? So here's your camera as it stands. And here's your supply. Your supply spindle. Issue, like I have in another video, is right up under here. So, it'll be flipped over. And I have to take a closer look at it. It's going to have to be cleaned. At times, new parts will have to be added. At times. Alright? So we're looking at right here. This is our point of interest. So, take the belt off. And as you can see, when this spins right here, this clutch will move up and down. It will actuate. Okay, that's what will happen. This spins here. Right, so you can see that. So what I'm going to have to do, just to show you, I'll have to clasp this part of the spindle here. Alright, just like that. Turn it back around. And I'll have to get a good angle for you. Take this off. And you don't want to null this up or anything. Okay? Usually the problem is not on this one. It's on the other one. Okay, you see how that is? You have a washer there, up under that one. I'll slide that to the side. Now if you can look close enough, you'll see how this grease everything under there. Okay? I'm going to take these parts off and I'm going to put them on the table. There they are, just like that. So I can get some focus for you. If I can, I'll show them to you in a bit. They're full of old grease. Everything. See there? And that needs to be cleaned off. It's going to have dirt in there at times. Stuff like that. And if you do intend to get inside of here and remove these parts, you can lay them back down on the table as they were put on, just like that. Okay? There you go. And there you are. All this needs to be cleaned. Again, you can see all the old lubrication, some rust forming right there. That is the problem. Of course, rust is the enemy. Flip it around. You have more parts here, so take caution. Okay, here you are. Washer here, the spindle there. All that has to be cleaned. Again, here's the area at hand of concern. But again, this spindle will generally not give you an issue. It generally will not. He's got to clean it. It's the one on the take-up under the motor. Okay? In other words, it's this spindle that will give you the issue. You can clean it for a quick fix. You can attempt that. But most likely you'll have to send it off to a technician. Okay? Okay, so first it's just going to be one piece at a time. Spindle. Watch how we separate it. It's just like so. Alright. So I'm going to turn this and place it right on the mat. A lot of nasty grease, so I've got the old trusty cotton t-shirt like any of the workbench is going to have. Put some degreaser on here. And that's how I'm going to start this. Just like that. No surprises here, really. Then hopefully we'll have everything clean and no cracks in anything. Pieces like this, you want to make sure they don't have any cracks or breaks in them. To have some buildup on here, so you'll have to scrape with your thumbnail. If I'm doing here, it's a little tough, so I'm going to take this flathead, see if I can scrape it off. So well, that will do. Yep, alright. Got some gunky buildup over here. So as you can see, again, as I say, when you send your camera to a technician for repair, You just bought a Bolex or any vintage movie camera. This is what takes such a long time. This type of thing. It's really unsafe to film with these cameras the moment you get them in from the seller, because it needs to have a new fresh CLA. That stands for clean, lubed, and adjustment if you don't know. Old lubricants like this need to be removed and new need to be applied. Sometimes they are stubborn. As it's no surprise that these cameras have not been dismantled since they were assembled back in the day. Alright. Next, the spindle itself. See? Look what we got. Check it out. That will stop your film. That will stop you on set instantly from doing anything at all. All right. Light onto the subject here. There we go. There we go. And this screw. Very nasty, so find a bit of a clean spot here. Let's get them cleaned up. In between those gear teeth. There you go. As you can see, if you were filming, this can very well stop what's going on. That's worse in cold weather. Pipe cleaner. One more, it looks like. I almost forgot. Another washer. Alright, so we're going to get all this old dirt and grime off of here. Lubricant, oil that someone poured in here they should not have poured. Yeah. That will ruin your filming day, potentially. But again, this particular spindle is not the main issue. It is the take-up spindle that will cause the erratic movements. No movement at all. Okay. Alright, for now, there we are. Next is the camera spindle housing itself. Degreaser again. There. More degreaser. thumbnails around that. Yeah. We're not out of the woods yet. Just a long, long, long process. All right. Over. And the same here. See there? All that. All right. Dry end. There we go. Almost missed some grease. Might be able to see it down there. On the edges more, some black grease there. All right. Again, when you're doing this, to clean it, you want rubbing alcohol 99.9%. Anything lower than 87% is just essentially water. Here. I'm going to start cleaning it. Cleaning off that degreaser, that is. Alright. Around. Let that set. Get you out of the way. And now for the parts. Everything is squirt. Separate these. I'll put them back together. My bad, but you don't want to lose anything. All right. move that around to make sure the alcohol cleans out the degreaser. Right? Alright. And yes, I will put the small washer back upon this screw. It's good to follow little practices like this so there is less on the table dismantled. Alright, so that's it for the moment. Come here, you. Okay, so let's just reassemble this, shall we? And by the way, you can actually, here on the spindle, just take the pipe cleaner and just stick that inside there and clean it out just a little bit extra. Okay? See the dirt. So, what we need is a toothpick and some graphite grease at the end of my pencil eraser. Okay, and you grab some graphite grease, put it around the area, some will want to choose to use weapons oil, and that's just fine as well. But on these parts I choose graphite grease. And it does not need to be at that part right there. That was a mistake. Okay. Washer. Supply spindle. Add the graphite. Grease lubricant. Okay. Apply the washer. With the pointed bent side, convex side facing the bottom of the spindle. Okay. I'm going to flip that and put it right into here, just like so. Now you have to watch out when you flip this over because everything's going to want to spill out, right? So of course you're going to hold it the best way you can. The grease will do somewhat of a fix to keep it on. Alright, so let's get you a different angle. Okay, now at this point the supply spindle is seated all the way to the table, so it's not going to go anywhere. Alright, so next what you want to do is you want to take the clutch. Alright, and we start with some alcohol on there, so you take a microfiber cloth and wipe that off Alright. And of course, graphite grease. All right. Clutch. Place it on top like that. Flip this around. Yeah, just a touch more graphite grease right here. Because this one needs to actuate, needs to move. Freely and smoothly. Right. This one, counterclockwise. And drop it in there like so. Because this right here, part of the clutch is going to clip right into that gear. You see that? See how that works? Just like that. Toothpick, line it up. And yeah, I've done it again. But hey, I don't like losing parts. So. Alright, so washer. And I'll place it straight down on top. Of this, and you see how it just slides down on top of the toothpick. I'll just slide that straight down, pull it up. And yeah, I'll touch of graphite. Want everything working smoothly and properly. Finally, the screw. Drop it right in on top of there. Then you have to turn around. I'll have to grab with my pliers the supply spindle at the bottom here. I'll show you this the best I can. Square part where that little ball is. That's where you want to grab, just like that. Ever so lightly, you don't have to do it too hard. Fingers first, another pair of pliers. Start screwing that in there. Right until you get control of everything. Alright. Don't muck up your parts. Don't get it too tight. Just get it firm just enough. He's got to be able to move and do his job, right? Okay. Take a look. There we go. Take a closer look. Those little gears right there are counterclockwise. They point this way and rotate this way, the points. So when this comes around, this big part right here, it catches it. See there? Catches them right in there. Good close-up of that. See how that operates? Clenches right in there and holds it. Okay. Next, spring belt. Just take it, slide it here. Look up under this wheel right here. It just lays right across the top of it where my pencil eraser is. This part, it lays right across there at the bottom. Okay, so all you really do is just take it, pick it up, and flip it straight up just like that. Alright. There you go. And I will take this piece of orange pipe cleaner off. Right. Okay, so that's it. That shows you how to clean, dismantle a bit, and clean that supply spindle. Wouldn't suggest you do it. Again, that's not the one that's going to give you the issue. It's going to be the take-up. It's going to give you the issue with the erratic movement of the take-up spindle, maybe some spilling of the film inside, or the movement. No movement whatsoever of the take-up spindle. But you're going to need them all cleaned. It's best to send these cameras to a service technician who knows what they're doing. Alright? Do contact me at the social media outlets provided on the screen, and remember, as always, do subscribe. Until next time, see ya!